The Doomslayer is back in this prequel to Doom 2016. Does it have a place in the modern Doom trilogy, or will it be easily forgotten after completing this roughly 13-hour campaign? Out of the gate, he's treated as a weapon, launched from space directly towards the battlefield. In combat, when the Slayer falls from a ledge, he shatters the floor beneath him, causing a mini earthquake that instantly kills smaller demons. Battles take place in large arenas that feel more like a cage match than the previously parkouring playground arenas from Doom Eternal. These arenas are vastly open, with many more enemies on the screen at once. It does feel overwhelming at first, but once you get a hold of the new weapons, you'll be destroying demons left and right. Instead of having a secondary fire for each weapon, the game allows you to easily switch between the two versions of that weapon on the fly. You want to change your fully automatic machine gun into a sniper that consumes the same ammo, you can do that. Prefer the iconic super shotgun over the combat shotgun, you can easily swap those on the fly by pressing the square button on PlayStation. These weapons will be familiar to anyone who's played the previous Doom titles, such as Doom 2016 and Eternal. But the real star of the Doomslayer's arsenal is the new shield saw. Gone are the combat days of tossing grenades and torching enemies, now replaced with this all-in-one shield saw. This weapon is more of a tool that can tackle multiple obstacles. Looking to take out a group of enemies at once, it can do that. Block and parry incoming attacks, charge towards enemies, keep an enemy locked, leap across gaps, it even helps solve puzzles. The shield saw is the shining weapon and my favorite out of the Slayer's arsenal. When in doubt, shield it out. Speaking of the shield saw again, parrying demons' oncoming attacks is a major part of the game. There is a risk-reward element when using the shield. Do I freeze a demon in place and sacrifice defense, or do I focus on oncoming attacks that are parryable? Attacks that are parryable are highlighted in green and really test your reflexes. I was a fan of the upgrade system, now streamlined with the Slayer's arsenal, shield, and melee weapons being upgradable. These upgrades can be purchased at the Sentinel shrines found across the campaign. In order to make these upgrades, you'll need to explore the map and collect gold, rubies, and wrathstones. Upgrades for the guns, shield, and melee weapons are all within a simple list. Some guns may have options within their upgrade path, but once you purchase one of these, you get both options. An example of this is with the Shredder. The first unlock grants you the option between Pincushion and Ricochet. When equipped, dealing enough damage to a demon with the Shredder applies Pincushion. Hitting a demon with shield throw or parry a Hell Surge attack detonates Pincushion, causing damage in a wide range. That doesn't mean that the shield and melee weapons don't have options for the player. For the shield, you'll be able to select one of 4 runes to be equipped, each with their own upgrade path. As for the melee weapons, you can select between 3 different weapons, each with their own upgrades, which can easily be swapped between them in the menus. The slower, tankier build of the Slayer is noticeable as you trek through each level. No double jump or dash from previous titles. He can now sprint with a dedicated button. If you're not on board with the slower moving Slayer, luckily the game offers a mixture of amazing modifiers and accessibility options that enhance the way you play. Going back to the point of a slower moving Slayer, I was able to increase the game speed by 30% along with turning auto sprint for a speedier Doom experience I've come to love. Note that the game speed modifier is for the overall pacing of the game, from your movement to even the movement of the demons. Some other modifiers are days duration, enemy projectile speed, and even resource values. Options like these and a slew of accessibility features will allow each player to play their own experience tailor-made for them. And don't worry, if you keep on dying, even the load times are quick. The game has excellent load times on PS5. After a death or even loading the next chapter, it only takes a few seconds to get right back into the action. The gore is toned down. The traditional glory kills from 2016 and Eternal are not quite here, but instead replaced with executions. When a demon takes enough damage, they'll become dazed. This is where you can perform an execution. The glory kills are reserved for specific types of enemies. Glory kills helped with pacing in previous titles, as it allowed you to catch your breath for a second while enjoying a thrilling combat finisher. When every second counts in Doom, it's unfortunate the over-the-top death animations are reserved for specific kills. Platforming sections from Doom Eternal are nearly removed from the Dark Ages. No more second-guessing your jumps and dying over first-person platforming. While the platforming sections won't be missed from Eternal, they have a replacement in the form of mech battles and flying segments throughout the story. The mech fights are more like close quarter combat fist fights, where your overall layout and moves is simplified to only a few actions. Unlike the mech sections, you can switch between flight mode and on-ground combat within seconds. These two gameplay options are sprinkled throughout the campaign and never overstay their welcome. Even though I preferred flying with my dragon over the mech encounters, these variations are a good change of pace from the moment-to-moment combat. After you beat the 22 chapter story mode, that's it. No multiplayer mode like previous titles, and no horde mode from Eternal. I was completely fine with the exclusion of a multiplayer mode, especially with the unbalanced nature of battle mode, but not having any type of replayability outside of the story mode such as a horde mode was shocking to me. With combat this tight, I was hoping for replayability outside of the campaign once I finished it. My major issue with Eternal was resolved with the removal of platforming sections. Though seeing glory kills relegated to specific types of demons and the lack of replayability really hold the game back from exceeding my favorite of the three, being Eternal. When you have a tool like the Shield Saw, which does it all, it's hard to imagine what the Slayer's arsenal will look like next. I give Doom the Dark Ages an 8 out of 10, with the Shield Saw being available out of the gate along with a slew of modifiers and accessibility options. Doom the Dark Ages combat is approachable and enjoyable for all fans of the series. With gameplay enhancements tailored for newcomers and longtime fans alike, this entry offers another thrilling journey for the Slayer and fits alongside the other two modern Doom titles. Thanks for checking out my review of Doom the Dark Ages here on GameXplain. And for more info on other first-person shooters such as Metroid Prime 4, along with everything Nintendo, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.